So it has been raining a lot. In between the rain and also in the rain, Martin has been digging our pond. It's filling up quite well. And then I have also been weeding in the garden a lot. I kind of let it go a little bit too much, and now some bits are taken over by grass. And Puck has been helping me, insofar that you can call that actual help. And then when it's raining too much, we play with the blocks, or we read some books, and then we pray for the sun to shine again. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Leia and I live with my partner and our toddler here on our land in Portugal. As you just saw, we've been having a lot of rain here, which is good because the land needs a lot of water. But it's also not good because then we can't do as much outside. For a couple of days it was really like pouring down rain. So not a drizzle that you can just put on your raincoat and do a little bit of work. It was pouring. So we kind of chose to stay inside a lot of the time, but we did do a little bit of work in between. One of the things being the thing you can maybe see behind me, which I'll show you, which is the pond that I showed you a couple videos ago. Found the spring there, and now Martin has been digging for an hour or 2 hours every couple days to make it bigger so that we can start holding some water here. So as you can see right here, Martin is starting a wall, and then he's just putting everything he takes out over there, and it's kind of 3 levels now, and there's water coming up from all the levels, especially the small pond that you can see over there. Water in general, of course, is essential to life, but especially here in Central Portugal, where it can be really dry in the summer, it's good to keep as much water as you can on the land, even if it's just for a couple months extra. We'll have to line most of the bottom with some clay, which is fine because part of the this digging process is clay, so we can spread that out on the bottom hopefully. And then it holds and doesn't like sink into the ground. So that's very exciting, and I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes. Hopefully, if we're very lucky, we can have water here all summer. But our own spring is just the biggest gift ever. So I'm out here in the garden, and that kind of brings me to the point of this video. Namely, one of the things that I wish I had known before going off grid. And this is kind of 2 parts. One of them being that the weather really defines what you can do in a day. So as you just saw, we've had a lot of rain in the last week, and that really, because it was pouring, you can't really do anything outside, you can't do any building. Gardening is a major dread in the rain. So one of the things that you don't really experience as much if you just live in the city and you work inside and you live in a proper house, you don't get to experience the weather as much. So because we live in a yurt, you can really hear the rain and the wind, and I personally love that. It gives me a feeling of connection, and it brings me closer to what's actually going on outside, but it can be a bit of an adjustment if you're not used to it in that way, and if you don't really enjoy that. So that's one major aspect of this lifestyle and this way of living, is that you really you have to adjust what you're doing according to the weather. And with that comes also that you have to do adjust what you do according to the season. So right now is spring. I started a lot of seeds indoors in our greenhouse already, but I kind of let the beds, let the weeds take over a bit too much. So now I really have to get in here and get all the weeds under control because it is springtime, it is time for planting. And so in between the rains, I've started planting more lettuce in the garden. I started planting bush green beans, and I've been weeding like crazy so that we can get it ready for a couple weeks that we can put in the tomatoes and the peppers and all that stuff. So what you do is also kind of strictly defined by the seasons. There are just certain times of the year that certain things have to happen. If you've not grown up this way, then you don't really get into that rhythm of spring is for planting, summer is for harvesting, all that stuff. So that's something that I've kind of have to get used to. I'm not great with deadlines or anything, but now I'm really trying to put in a couple hours every week into weeding and into taking care of the starts so that we can start planting soon and we can have some food out of our garden. Okay, this is where I'll leave you for today. I'm gonna do some editing so I can get this video out on time for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek into what we've been doing and the thing I wish I had known before going off grid. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I put out 1 or 2 videos a week, at least one on every Sunday morning. You can also find my Patreon in the links down below, as well as my Instagram link. And I'm especially active in the stories over there, so if you want to see some random snippets of my day, go follow me on there as well. So this is it for now, and I'll see you next week. Bye!